The spirit realm is quietly shifting things for you. This is the only time this message will be shown. Don't ignore it. My precious one, have you ever felt like the world around you is strangely quiet, but something deep inside your spirit whispers that change is near? That subtle restlessness you feel, that sense that something unseen is being rearranged, is not your imagination. The spirit realm is quietly moving things for you. Doors that were sealed shut are being unlocked, and pathways you couldn't even see before are being cleared. Archangel Michael himself is standing guard over your destiny, ensuring that what is meant for you cannot be stolen, delayed, or denied any longer. There are moments when heaven chooses silence, not as absence, but as preparation. When you think nothing is happening, that's when divine orchestration is at its highest. Angels move without sound, realigning your timeline with divine purpose. That relationship that suddenly ended, that job that slipped away, that delay you couldn't explain, none of it was a loss. It was redirection, holy repositioning, because what's being built for you requires sacred isolation first. And right now, that building is reaching completion. The spirit realm operates in layers. What you see in the physical is only the echo of what's already done in the unseen. Your name is being spoken in divine counsel. Archangel Michael, the warrior of light, is waging battles you'll never witness, cutting down unseen forces that once stood in your path. You may feel tired, even tested, but that's because the shift has already begun. The old frequencies that held you back cannot coexist with where you're going next. You are being separated from what once defined you because heaven is defining you anew. There is a sacred timing to everything. You're in the in-between, where old things die quietly and new things are birthed in silence. That's why you felt uneasy lately. It's the vibration of breakthrough. The spirit realm is aligning every detail, every encounter, every miracle with precision. This is the hidden moment before manifestation, the moment heaven tests whether you can hold faith when you cannot see proof. You must understand, beloved, when God is silent, He is not absent. His silence is strategy. The angels are moving without announcement, preparing what the enemy cannot intercept. Archangel Michael's sword is drawn, not to destroy, but to clear the way. You are being repositioned under divine light, pulled out of confusion and into clarity. Your waiting season is about to make sense. So when the days feel slow, and nothing seems to move, remember this: stillness in the physical means acceleration in the spiritual. Things are being shifted in rooms you don't even know exist. Heaven's agenda for your life is being written in golden ink. The spirit realm is quiet because it's working, because it's your turn. Hold on to this truth. Something divine is unfolding, even if it feels like everything is standing still. Before you move, before you decide, listen carefully, because the next few days are not random. They are prophetic alignment. Stay right here, because what's about to be revealed in the next moment will change how you see your entire season. Trust me, this next part will open your eyes to what heaven has really been doing behind the silence. Beloved soul, listen carefully, because the silence around you is not emptiness, it's evidence. Evidence that heaven is recalibrating your life with surgical precision. You might feel as though everything has paused, as if God has taken His hand off your situation, but that stillness is divine design. When the spirit realm shifts, it does so quietly, almost invisibly. You can't hear the sound of angels reassigning your destiny, but you can feel the echo of it deep inside your spirit. That strange peace after chaos, that sudden sense of detachment from old things. These are signals that Archangel Michael and his legion are already rearranging your spiritual atmosphere. The reason you feel a pull away from certain people, habits, and even old dreams is because your spirit is outgrowing the vibrations that once surrounded you. The frequency of your life is rising. You are stepping out of the season of resistance into a season of revelation. And that transition, my dear one, is sacred. Many never recognize it because they interpret the quiet as rejection. But it's not rejection. It's refinement. Archangel Michael doesn't remove without reason. He clears the path so the divine can arrive unblocked. You are not being abandoned. You are being prepared. Think about the silence that fell before Jesus calmed the storm. That brief, intense stillness wasn't fear, it was transformation. Heaven always pauses before it performs. Right now, the same thing is happening in your life. You are standing in the calm before your command, the silence before your miracle. Every unanswered prayer, every delay, every door that didn't open, it wasn't a no. It was a divine wait. Because when God moves, He moves in fullness. Nothing half done, nothing halfway blessed. The spirit realm ensures that when your time comes, every element supports your elevation. And here's the mystery few understand. Angels don't just protect, they position. Archangel Michael isn't only fighting off darkness. He's escorting you into divine timing. There are doors meant to open for you at the exact second when your faith and your purpose meet. Heaven doesn't miss appointments, it perfects them. So if you feel forgotten, remember, even the delay is under command. The same hand that holds the universe is holding the clock of your destiny. You may have thought you lost certain things, but what's truly happening is divine substitution. God is replacing the temporary with the eternal. You will soon realize that the connections fading away were never meant to carry your crown. The things that are leaving are making space for what was promised. The spirit realm has already whispered your name into the wind of breakthrough. Now it's only a matter of manifestation. Before you take your next step, take a breath. Because what is aligning for you is greater than anything you could have arranged on your own. The silence is about to break, and when it does, it will not whisper, it will thunder with glory. Stay close, because the next revelation will expose exactly how the spirit realm is shifting things for you right now. Wait for it. This next moment is where heaven's quiet work begins to make sense. My cherished one, this is where it gets powerful. The spirit realm is no longer just preparing. It is executing divine order on your behalf. The silence you've endured has matured your faith, and now the heavens are responding to it. There's a sacred law in motion. When your spirit surrenders in full trust, heaven releases what was being held. Archangel Michael has received command to act. The invisible resistance that once blocked your blessings is being shattered right now. Every delay that confused you was a disguised protection. What you thought with banishment would prevail. Heaven was never late. It was building a foundation so strong that when your breakthrough comes, it will not crumble. There are moments when angels move faster than light, and this is one of them. The realm you cannot see is vibrating with your name. The spiritual warfare that once surrounded you is ending not with chaos but with calm victory. Archangel Michael's sword glows with divine justice, and he is cutting through the cords that tied you to old cycles, fear, guilt, regret, and confusion. You might feel a sudden emotional release, or even physical stillness, but that is heaven rewriting your reality. The quiet work is becoming visible. You are standing at the edge of revelation where everything that once felt delayed will appear all at once. You are being elevated into a new frequency of favor. The doors that refused to open before will now swing wide effortlessly because they recognize the authority upon your name. The battles you fought in silence have earned you spiritual credibility. You were not fighting for survival, you were being trained for reign. And now, as the shift intensifies, Archangel Michael is surrounding you with divine light, ensuring that no shadow can follow you into this new season. Understand this: the spirit realm never wastes movement. Every tear, every moment of loneliness, every unanswered question has contributed to your alignment. You have been refined through delay, not denied by it. God is weaving the pattern now, thread by thread, bringing together people, places, and opportunities that seemed unconnected but were destined to meet. When the silence breaks, everything will connect with precision. So if you feel a strange peace tonight, don't dismiss it. It's not emptiness. It's the whisper of heaven saying, "It is done." The realm of light has finalized what the realm of darkness tried to interrupt. This is the quiet before the divine unveiling. Hold steady, because in the next moment, you'll see how the unseen has been building for you all along. Trust me, what comes next is going to make every silent prayer worth it. Now, before we move forward, let's take a moment to remember something sacred. When you help this message reach others, you are not supporting a platform. You are sowing into souls. Each time you give, you help someone else awaken to God's voice calling their name. Just as rivers flow where they are sent, your giving becomes the current that carries light to those drowning in darkness. I speak this over you now. The Lord will open the heavens, the storehouse of His bounty, to bless the work of your hands. When you support through Super Thanks, membership, or the PayPal link below, you become part of heaven's movement on earth. I invite you, be a vessel of divine fire. Let your seed echo through eternity. For what you give now will return to you multiplied, pressed down, and running over. Do it as an act of faith, and watch God respond immediately. Beloved, you've come to a threshold where heaven begins to reveal its strategy. The shifts that were silent are now preparing to surface, and every invisible move that Archangel Michael has made on your behalf is aligning perfectly with divine time. You may have noticed moments lately that seem too coincidental to be random. A message that reached you at the exact right hour, a sudden inner peace in the middle of confusion, or a door opening with no explanation. These are not coincidences. These are confirmations. The spirit realm is signaling to you that the unseen work is almost complete. In this sacred season, God is not asking you to understand everything. He is asking you to trust that nothing is wasted. Every pause has been a positioning. Every silence has been strategy. Heaven was reordering your story in a way that could not happen while the noise of the world surrounded you. Archangel Michael was standing watch, keeping interference away while your spirit was refined. You've been stretched, stripped, and strengthened, not because you did something wrong, but because you were chosen to carry something powerful. There's something holy about this moment of transition. It's the hour between warfare and wonder, the place where prayers begin to breathe. What you've been praying for is closer than your own heartbeat, and the atmosphere around you can already feel it. The reason you feel emotionally sensitive, even without reason, is because your spirit knows that heaven's gates are about to open. The sound of silence is turning into the sound of release. And when it comes, it won't be subtle. It will be undeniable. You might think, but nothing looks different. That's because divine change starts in layers. The spiritual blueprint is built long before the structure appears. Imagine an architect drawing your life with heavenly ink, guided by angels, measured by purpose. That's what's happening right now. The spirit realm has redrawn your boundaries, replacing limitation with expansion. You are being realigned with divine acceleration, so fast, you won't have time to second-guess it. And here's the secret truth that heaven is whispering right now: you were never behind. You were always on schedule. The waiting only felt like delay because you were comparing your human timeline to heaven's eternal one. God does not measure time, He measures readiness. And beloved, you are finally ready. That's why everything feels both unfamiliar and exciting. The air around your spirit is changing frequency because you are standing at the border of breakthrough. Archangel Michael is not just guarding you, he's guiding you. There's a difference. Guarding protects what you have, but guiding prepares you for what's next. The angelic realm is forming divine intersections, connections that will appear as chance but are written in the script of destiny. One meeting, one call, one act of obedience will open the floodgates of the next chapter. The silence you feared is becoming the bridge to the voice of purpose. Wait for what comes next, because it's the unveiling of what the spirit realm have been crafting all along. What was once hidden in heaven's silence is about to speak directly into your reality. And when it speaks, it will call your name. Dearest soul, what if I told you that your life right now is standing at the intersection of prophecy and promise? The stillness you've been walking through has been heaven's way of rewriting your spiritual DNA, removing the residue of the old season and infusing you with divine clarity. You may feel as though you've lost pieces of yourself lately, dreams, plans, even people. But what's really happening is purification. Archangel Michael is stripping away what cannot enter your next dimension, because what's coming demands a lighter spirit. The heaviness you've carried was never meant to stay. Every tear, every restless night, every unanswered question was not punishment. It was preparation for this precise moment. In the quiet, your identity has been reforming. The person you were 6 months ago would not have recognized the person you're becoming now. The trials that once made you question your faith have instead become your testimony. The silence that felt unbearable was actually the cocoon of transformation. The caterpillar never hears the sound of its own metamorphosis, yet inside that darkness, destiny takes shape. And now, that same process is completing in your life. The spirit realm has been weaving divine strength into your core, and you're about to feel it in ways you cannot deny. Have you noticed that your sensitivity to energy, people, and surroundings has changed? That's because your spiritual senses are awakening. You are seeing through illusion now. Things that used to attract you no longer hold your attention. That's not boredom, it's discernment. Heaven has elevated your spiritual frequency. Archangel Michael's sword has cut through the fog of confusion that once clouded your sight, allowing you to sense divine timing in ways others cannot. This awakening is a signal that the spirit realm has finalized its reordering. You are no longer the observer of miracles, you are becoming the miracle itself. Right now, even as you listen, invisible hands are rearranging situations in your favor. Conversations are being guided, hearts are being softened, and pathways are being cleared. The spirit realm does not move randomly, it moves with prophetic accuracy. And this current movement has your name inscribed upon it. The things that once opposed you are being forced to align. The obstacles that intimidated you are turning into instruments of blessing. God is not only answering your prayers, He's amplifying them. But before the unveiling, heaven always brings a final test, the test of patience. It's the moment when everything looks still, even though it's moments from bursting forth. That's where you are right now. The ground beneath your life is humming with divine activity, and soon it will erupt in manifestation. When it does, it won't be in fragments, it will come as a flood. The spirit realm never releases halfway miracles. When your time arrives, everything arrives together. Healing, opportunity, peace, and restoration. So breathe deeply and steady your heart. The quiet you're standing in is not the end. It's the inhale before heaven exhales glory over your life. Archangel Michael's presence is near, his wings spread wide, guarding every word spoken over your destiny. What you sense in your spirit is not imagination. It's alignment. Don't move yet. The next revelation will uncover the exact sign that your shift is already unfolding around you. Wait for it, because this is where heaven begins to show its evidence. My beloved, this is the moment when the invisible starts taking form. You may not realize it, but even as you listen now, divine threads are being tied together in ways that will soon leave you speechless. What once felt delayed was simply being aligned. The spirit realm has been in motion, quietly shifting, redirecting, and refining so that every part of your journey lands in perfect harmony. The things you called disappointments were actually disguised instructions, guiding you back toward divine timing. Archangel Michael has been standing in those unseen moments, ensuring that no interference could distort what heaven has ordained. The truth is, every season of silence carries a hidden assignment. In yours, God was not withholding, He was downloading. You were being prepared to hear what you couldn't understand before. The noise around your life had to die down for heaven's whisper to become clear. That's why relationships ended abruptly, why opportunities you wanted didn't last, and why you suddenly felt disconnected from old environments. It wasn't rejection, it was divine redirection. Heaven was protecting you from arriving somewhere too early. Every no was actually a sacred not yet. And now, that yet has arrived. Look closely at your life. Notice how everything is starting to feel unsettled, but alive, quiet, but charged with meaning. That's the energy of the spirit realm breaking through. You may see sudden opportunities appear where there was nothing before, or people reaching out unexpectedly. Do not dismiss them as random. Heaven works through natural events to release supernatural results. The spirit realm doesn't need noise to make impact. It only needs divine timing. And right now, timing is on your side. Archangel Michael is drawing near with precision and protection. His presence is subtle but strong, often felt as a sense of assurance in your spirit, or a sudden peace that doesn't make sense. That is not coincidence. It's confirmation. He is sealing what heaven has started, cutting away the spiritual cords that kept you tied to past versions of yourself. You are being untethered from limitation and pulled toward expansion. This is not just a change in your circumstances, it's a change in your spiritual authority. The weight of favor resting upon you now is not ordinary. It carries kingdom assignment. And with new authority comes new clarity. The fog that once surrounded your vision is lifting. You will soon see why the silence was necessary. The realm of the Spirit has been teaching you discernment, showing you that not every door is divine, and not every delay is demonic. You've learned how to wait without losing faith, and that has matured your anointing. Heaven can now trust you with revelation that others might misuse. You have proven that your faith stands even when your sight fails. That is why the next move of God in your life will not be small. It will be sudden and spectacular. So when you sense that still pull in your spirit, don't fight it. That is heaven's way of saying, be still, I'm finishing it. You're on the verge of manifestation, and what's about to appear will be undeniable proof that your waiting was never wasted. Hold on, because what's coming next will reveal the first visible evidence that the spirit realm has shifted in your favor. You'll want to hear this, because once you recognize it, everything changes. Beloved heart, we've reached the moment where the invisible begins to touch the tangible. The atmosphere around your life is no longer dormant. It's vibrating with purpose. You may sense this already. The air feels different. Your emotions fluctuate without explanation, and your sleep carries dreams that feel too vivid to be ordinary. These are not coincidences. They are signals from the spirit realm, announcing that the quiet construction is nearing completion. Archangel Michael's army has been laboring without sound, moving in precision under divine instruction, and the shift they initiated is now rippling through the physical world. Heaven always finishes what it starts. The long months or even years of waiting were never still, they were sacred gestation. Just as a seed breaks unseen beneath the soil, your miracle has been growing in hidden chambers. And now the soil is trembling because the roots have reached fullness. The first signs of your breakthrough will appear subtly. A conversation that feels orchestrated, a sudden financial provision, or a door that opens where none existed. Recognize them, because they are not random blessings. They are confirmations that the spirit realm has completed its rearranging. The light of favor is being turned directly toward you. Understand this. Before every major shift, there is always a strange tension. Heaven expands you before it elevates you. That's why these last few weeks may have felt emotionally exhausting, as if you were being stretched in every direction. But that stretching is proof of enlargement. You're being shaped for something bigger than your current environment can hold. The spirit realm is not giving you a small victory. It is building you into a vessel capable of carrying long-term impact. Archangel Michael has shielded you through every unseen battle to ensure that when your elevation begins, no darkness can reach you. And there's more. This next phase is about recognition. Heaven is positioning people who will see your light and respond to it. Destiny helpers, mentors, and unexpected allies are being drawn to you because your frequency has changed. The spirit realm works by resonance. When your heart aligns with divine truth, it attracts what was ordained for you. You'll start to notice alignment happening effortlessly. No striving, no chasing, just divine flow. That's when you'll know the shift is fully active. But even in this rising energy, the test of humility remains. Remember, what you are stepping into is not a reward for perfection, but a result of obedience. God moves through surrender, not striving. The angels who once warred for your protection now stand ready to escort you into purpose. Your life is becoming a testimony, a living declaration that heaven's silence was never neglect. It was nurture. Pause for a moment and reflect. Think of how far you've come, how many times you thought it was over, yet somehow, peace found you again. That peace wasn't random. It was Archangel Michael's assurance that the battle had already been won long before you saw the result. The silence was your confirmation that victory was being settled in realms you couldn't access. So take heart now, because what comes next is not simply revelation, it's activation. The spirit realm is not just preparing, it's releasing. The energy of your destiny is no longer restrained. Everything that was hidden behind the curtain of time is stepping into view. Hold still, because the next unfolding will show you the exact moment heaven stamps complete on what has been in progress for so long. Trust me, this next revelation will shake your spirit in the most beautiful way. My beloved child, the atmosphere around you is about to break open. What once felt like silence is transforming into sound filled with confirmation, restoration, and divine movement. You may not see the full picture yet, but heaven's rhythm has already shifted. The spirit realm is no longer whispering. He is speaking. Archangel Michael has stepped into full motion, commanding light to penetrate every corner where confusion once lived. You are entering the moment where the unseen becomes undeniable, where the spiritual and the physical merge in divine harmony. Right now, heaven is arranging encounters that will redirect your path in ways you could not have planned. Every connection, every opportunity that crosses your way is being filtered through divine order. Nothing random will touch your life anymore. You are being moved by purpose, not by chance. The spirit realm is clearing the air around your spirit, removing what is false, exposing what is impure, and revealing what is true. It's as if the fog is lifting, and suddenly everything that was blurred will come into focus. This is what happens when divine timing matures. The waiting turns into unveiling. You will begin to notice how the right people suddenly appear when you stop searching, how provision flows without struggle, how answers arrive the moment you surrender control. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations that heaven's scroll has turned to a new chapter. Archangel Michael has gone before you, preparing ground that once rejected you. What resisted you in the past will now recognize you. The energy of rejection is being transformed into the energy of recognition. And as this transformation unfolds, you will feel a surge of purpose unlike anything before. You'll sense clarity in your spirit, the kind that doesn't come from intellect but from divine resonance. It's the awareness that your soul has finally caught up to your calling. This is the alignment heaven was working on while you were waiting. Every delay, every detour, every silence, it all led here. You are walking into divine precision, not coincidence. But there is something heaven needs you to understand before the floodgates open. The blessing you're about to receive isn't just for you, it's through you. The miracles that will now flow into your life are meant to overflow into others. You are a vessel, a carrier of divine energy. That's why the preparation was so intense, because the capacity of your heart had to expand to hold what's coming. The spirit realm never pours new oil into unready vessels. The testing was never meant to break you. It was meant to enlarge you. So now, as the veil lifts, stand ready. Archangel Michael's wings are stretched wide, marking this as a moment of completion and commissioning. You are not who you were. You have crossed the unseen threshold. Every part of you had been purified for divine use. The spirit realm is no longer shifting for you. He is shifting through you. You are becoming the conduit of heaven's will. Before we move further into the revelation that follows, take this moment to pause, reflect, and feel gratitude for the silence, the waiting, the tears, and the unseen protection that carried you here. Because now, beloved, everything is about to accelerate. If this word has stirred your spirit, then understand. You are not just hearing a message, you are part of a divine mission. When you give, you help this light travel to souls who are crying out for hope. Every seed you sow through Super Thanks membership, with a PayPal link in the description, becomes a stream of living water flowing into parched hearts. As you release your gift, declare this over your life. I am sowing into transformation. Heaven sees that act, and the oil of favor begins to pour. I invite you, as one led by the Spirit, to stand with us in this divine movement. Let your giving be prophetic. Let it unlock destinies. And as you do, may Archangel Michael guard your seed and multiply it back to you 100-fold. My precious one, take a deep breath, for this is where the mystery begins to unfold. The spirit realm has completed its silent preparation, and now heaven's blueprint is being revealed piece by piece. You may begin to see things fall into place so naturally that it feels unreal, unexpected opportunities, long-awaited reconciliation, sudden breakthroughs in areas that once seemed permanently blocked. None of this is coincidence. This is divine orchestration moving into visible form. You are witnessing the manifestation of prayers that have been echoing in eternity, now breaking into your timeline. Archangel Michael has not only cleared the path, he has anointed it. You are walking on sacred ground disguised as ordinary life. Every major spiritual turning point begins subtly. You'll notice that your inner atmosphere feels lighter. The heaviness that used to linger in your mornings is dissipating. The constant fear of what's next is softening into calm assurance. These are signals that your spirit has ascended. You've stepped into alignment, and the vibration of heaven is resonating through you. This shift isn't happening around you. It's happening in you. You have become the mirror of divine will, reflecting the peace that angels move within. Archangel Michael stands beside you as both guardian and witness, ensuring that no shadow from the past can follow into this new light. And yet, even as this new chapter begins, remember that every elevation attracts observation. There are unseen eyes that watch when light begins to rise. The enemy does not attack what he already owns. He attacks what he fears losing. Do not be alarmed if moments of doubt or sudden spiritual fatigue try to creep in. They are not signs of failure. They are proof that your breakthrough is real. Darkness always trembles when light declares itself. When you feel that resistance, simply whisper the name of Archangel Michael and call upon divine authority. His presence responds instantly, cutting through unseen interference like a blade of light through smoke. This new phase requires awareness. You must now guard your peace as carefully as you once guarded your faith. The spirit realm has granted you a new frequency, and you cannot let old conversations, old fears, or old energies pull you back down. You have graduated in the spirit, and with it comes responsibility. The silence that once tested you has transformed into discernment. You can now sense what is right, what is wrong, and what carries heavenly weight. Trust that inner knowing. It is your direct line to divine instruction. The coming days will bring signs of acceleration. You'll find yourself completing things that once strained you with ease. Time itself will feel shorter, not because there's less of it, but because you're now moving in alignment with heaven's flow. Doors that resisted you before will open without effort, for the resistance has been spiritually removed. The same energy that delayed you is now assigned to deliver you. This is divine justice in motion, and Archangel Michael is the executor of it. Take this as your assurance. The realm of spirit does not make mistakes. Every shift, every silence, every tear was woven together for this precise hour. You are now living inside answered prayer. Let that settle in your heart. You are walking proof that heaven's promises never expire. They only mature. Stay close, because what comes next will reveal the deeper reason behind your trials, the hidden purpose that heaven was protecting all along. The next revelation will uncover why you had to walk through silence before seeing your storm calm. You'll want to hear this part. It carries the truth that transforms pain into power. Beloved soul, every silence in your life has carried a secret assignment, and now that assignment is being revealed. The spirit realm never wastes stillness. It uses it as a forge. While you were waiting, while you were questioning, while you were fighting the temptation to give up, heaven was building something that could only be born through endurance. That is why your struggle was so personal, because your purpose is just as personal. Archangel Michael stood watch during those nights when the weight of uncertainty pressed against your spirit, ensuring that no despair could drown you. You may have thought you were alone, but you were never unguarded. Every delay that once confused you has now turned into a divine pivot. You'll begin to notice how the very things that caused pain are becoming the foundation for new doors. The friendships that ended, the opportunities that slipped away, the closed paths, they were never failures. They were redirections orchestrated by unseen hands. The spirit realm shifted those things because what was once acceptable could no longer match your new frequency. Archangel Michael doesn't just defend, he recalibrates. He positions you so that when God releases his timing, you are already standing exactly where you need to be. Look at the pattern of your life. The moments of waiting, the moments of loss, the quiet after the storm. Every cycle has carried one truth. Transformation begins in silence. Heaven trains its strongest warriors not through noise but through stillness. The world teaches survival through struggle, but the spirit realm teaches victory through surrender. You were not called to fight every battle, you were called to recognize which ones are already won. That is why peace feels different now. It's not the absence of battle, it's the presence of mastery. The spirit realm has equipped you with discernment, wisdom, and authority born from stillness. And now, heaven is releasing something new. You will begin to receive insight that feels beyond your comprehension. Dreams will hold deeper messages. Simple encounters will carry divine weight. You may feel words rise in your heart that you did not plan to speak. That's because your spirit is being tuned into heaven's voice. The quiet has trained you to hear what others miss. You're no longer reacting to life. You're co-creating with the divine. Archangel Michael's light surrounds you, ensuring that what flows through you remains pure and protected. In this phase, movement will happen without striving. The things you once chased will start finding you. The spirit realm has already spoken your name into places you've never been, and people are being drawn to you not by your efforts, but by divine instruction. This is what it means to walk under open heaven. When your heart and heaven move in unison, everything begins to align with grace instead of force. And when grace flows, acceleration follows. You must remember, though, that the next level of blessing requires a deeper level of focus. Guard your spirit from distractions. Old energies may try to return as memories, but they cannot anchor you anymore. You've crossed the line where the past no longer has permission to define you. Your silence was your separation, and your separation has birthed elevation. So, pause right here. Take in what's unfolding. Heaven is not just shifting things around you, it's shifting them within you. The realm of spirit has completed the recalibration, and the light of divine purpose is now beginning to shine through you for others to see. Stay right here, because the next moment holds the revelation of why you were chosen for this path. Once you understand that, everything, every delay, every silence, will finally make perfect sense. Beloved, this is where understanding finally begins to rise like the morning sun after a long night. For so long you have walked through unseen corridors, guided only by faith, not knowing that every step was being watched over, measured, and blessed. What the spirit realm was doing in silence was never random. It was architectural. Heaven was constructing something eternal inside you. Every season of waiting carved depth into your character, every disappointment reshaped your perception, and every prayer you thought went unheard became the very vibration that summoned angelic movement. Archangel Michael did not merely protect you, he refined you. He stood between you and everything that would have delayed your divine awakening. Now, as the veil continues to lift, you can feel the difference. You no longer crave what once distracted you. Your spirit is lighter, sharper, more aware. That is the first mark of divine maturity, when you can feel peace even when you don't have answers. The world will always chase results, but heaven seeks readiness. You are ready now. The silence has done its holy work. The winds that once felt like opposition were actually wings preparing you to rise. There's a reason you were chosen to hear this message in this moment. Heaven never delivers a word by accident. The fact that your heart is open right now means your spirit has been synchronized with divine intention. The shifting you have felt around you is confirmation that the realm of light has finished its rearranging. What comes next is manifestation. Steady, graceful, unstoppable manifestation. Things will start aligning so perfectly that you will have to remind yourself it's real. But it is. This is what happens when divine timing arrives. You are standing in a corridor where heaven's promises begin to take flesh. It's the place where what you prayed for starts walking toward you. Don't be surprised when favor finds you in unexpected places. The spirit realm does not need logic. It needs alignment. Archangel Michael is opening the final gateways, not just to bless you but to commission you. You have become a carrier of light, a messenger of renewal, someone through whom the presence of God will speak without words. Every time you show kindness, every time you forgive, every time you love without condition, you activate the energy that keeps heaven's movement alive in this world. And hear this clearly, what you endured was not for nothing. Every tear you cried watered the roots of someone else's healing. Every loss became a seed for collective awakening. That's the divine exchange. You are blessed so that you can bless. Your breakthrough is not just your own. It's part of a chain reaction that touches every life you encounter. Heaven's strategy always multiplies the miracle. That's why the spirit realm fought so fiercely to keep you standing. Because your survival wasn't the goal, your transformation was. Now, as you breathe in this truth, let your heart rest. You've crossed the bridge between wondering and knowing. You no longer have to question whether the silence had meaning. It did. The angels were speaking even when you couldn't hear them. And now, their work is complete. You are stepping into the chapter where the word becomes reality. Wait, beloved, because the final revelation is next. It is the culmination of everything heaven had been preparing you for. What comes next will not just explain the silence. It will crown it with purpose and glory. You will want to hear this, for it carries heaven's final seal upon your season. My beloved, this is the moment the spirit realm has been guiding you toward from the very beginning. The silence, the waiting, the uncertainty. It was all part of a divine masterpiece that only now begins to make sense. Heaven has been building something so vast, so detailed, that you could not have understood it while it was being constructed. Every unanswered prayer was a brick. Every delayed promise was mortar. Every lonely night was foundation. The silence wasn't a punishment. It was an incubator. And now, the walls of your destiny are complete. You are standing inside the structure heaven built with your faith. Do you feel it? That subtle shift within your heart. The peace that has no reason, the joy that feels too deep to explain. That is the vibration of alignment. The realm of spirit has declared, it is time. You are no longer waiting for movement. You are the movement. Archangel Michael now stands behind you, not in front, because his task of protection has evolved into partnership. You have matured in the spirit to the point where heaven now works through you. The same light that once guarded you now emanates from within you. You are no longer a seeker of miracles. You are a living miracle in motion. In this sacred hour, understand something profound. What has shifted in your favor is permanent. The old cycles will not return. The weight that once held you will not find you again. Heaven does not reverse what it restores. Every seed you sowed in faith, every moment you stayed when you wanted to give up, has produced fruit that will feed generations after you. Your endurance has rewritten your lineage. The same angels that once fought for you will now go before your words, empowering them to heal, to guide, to awaken others. You are being sent forth as an extension of divine authority, clothed in the strength that only silence can forge. Listen closely now, because this is the truth few ever realize. The spirit realm doesn't just change circumstances, it changes identity. You were never being prepared for a blessing. You were being shaped into one. The reason heaven hid you for so long was because the world wasn't ready for the version of you that carries God's voice. Archangel Michael's sword, once your shield, now becomes your symbol of calling. A reminder that your protection was preparation for purpose. Everywhere you go, light will follow. Every word you speak will carry weight. Every act of kindness will ripple through eternity. This is what divine promotion looks like, authority born from endurance. So as this revelation settles into your spirit, release the idea of waiting. You are not in a holding pattern anymore. You are in a harvest. The silence has ended. The sound of movement, of manifestation, of heavenly fulfillment now surrounds you. You will notice acceleration in every area of your life, not rushed, but refined. Heaven's flow will feel natural, effortless, and constant. The spirit realm has shifted everything that once resisted you and replaced it with grace. And this is heaven's final message for you. Never again doubt the value of silence. For within silence, God speaks the loudest. Within waiting, He works the fastest. And within surrender, He reveals the strongest form of strength. The shift has already happened. You are walking proof that the unseen world is alive and always working for your good. Archangel Michael's final act in this season is to crown you with peace. Unshakable, unstoppable, divine peace. If this message has awakened something within you, understand this. It was not by chance. You are part of heaven's chain of transformation. When you give through super thanks, membership, or the PayPal link in the description, you don't just support a message, you extend a mission. Each seed you sow carries light into the hearts of those still trapped in silence. Scripture declares, "Give, and it shall be given unto you. Pressed down, shaken together, and running over." As you release your gift, you open heavenly floodgates over your life. I declare that your offering becomes a key unlocking divine acceleration and favor. Be bold, be faithful, and let your generosity become a prophetic act of worship. The moment you give, heaven moves.